r/ask Reddit. What are some of the small pleasures in life? Waking up thinking that it's Monday but then realizing it's Saturday. It's almost always the other way around for me. It's Friday? Nope, still Tuesday. That typically happens on a Thursday for me. When it rains while you go to sleep. To further this, I love those rainy Sundays where you planned on being lazy anyways but now you look out the window and it's just so soothing. Yeah, it's like an excuse for not doing anything. That sunny feeling after finishing your last exam, with a whole holiday ahead of you. It's funny how this comment instantly threw me back to all of the end of the semester/year moments in engineering school. After the last exam, you just write your name on your copy, you start putting all of your stuff away, and you make eye contact with your buddies. They have a big grin on their face. You all ducked up the exam. But it's okay. Everybody ducked up anyway, except the few geniuses. You get out of the room, and your mind is both empty from the sheer happiness of that moment, and full of ideas and considerations of activities, plans that seemed impossible to have during the busy school year. You realize that you've finally made IT. You might still have several more years of study, but at least this one is over. The exam results don't matter, at least not now. It's all about celebrating now. You go back to your dorm with that overwhelming joy in your heart, ready to pack up and go home, or maybe party with your friends a little bit before leaving. Damn, I'll never forget those days. Warm sheets or clothes, fresh from the dryer, on a cold day, to die for. Pooping in complete silence with no one around. I didn't truly realize what a luxury this was until I worked in an office with constantly crowded bathrooms. Around 3 o'clock on a Friday when everything is done and you can just coast into the weekend. That's my weekly routine. Groceries get done tonight. Friday after work I clean up and do laundry. By 5 PM I have absolutely no responsibilities until Monday morning. I also still wake up early on Saturdays. Makes the weekend feel so much longer and I can still sleep in on Sundays. Sitting down to eat and not having to get up till you want to and or are done. Pull through parking spots. Or the switcheroo when you're merging onto the exit lane but someone is just getting off the entrance ramp and you do this cool swap of places like a couple of suave stunt drivers. The cold side of a pillow, or cold sheets just as you go to bed. Sliding into clean bed sheets after they've been replaced. When you're leaning on the balcony railing and wind gently blows all your hair off your face like you're in a shitty indie movie. When your dog puts his head on your lap and exhales. My fondest memories was when my dog came outside my bedroom door, lay down and blew air into the bottom of the door crack, really loudly so that I would get the hint and open the door. 3 Then my dog would come in and wiggle the tail like my dog hadn't seen me in years. Coming home and taking your socks off after a long day at work. Woman bonus, taking off your bra. Those moments in a piece of music that shine through and make everything in life seem somewhat right. Finding new music that you know you're going to listen to for a long time. Waking up before your alarm and seeing that you can enjoy that second nap. Waking up in college and remembering that your first class was cancelled. Coming home to a dog that loves you at the end of the workday. What about coming home to a cat that tolerates my existence? That's the feline equivalent. Rejoice in your good fortune. The moon. You know, going outside and suddenly seeing it hanging up there all pretty. I don't think I ever tire of looking at it. I get all wistful looking at the moon. I start thinking how crazy it is that it's the same moon that cavemen, the ancient Romans, and every notable figure throughout history also looked at. Every sin and criminal and others throughout history. It's been floating there, doing its thing, for all of human history, and looking at it is a simple pleasure that has united almost every human who ever lived. Coming home after a long day of work, and taking off your work clothes to get into your comfy home clothes. As one who loves taking long showers, it's always nice when the water starts to get cooler, and you realize there is a little ways more that you can turn the knob to get more hot water to come out. A shower after being in the cold for an extended period such as when shoveling the driveway or a long day of snowboarding, the water isn't even that hot but because you are cold and sore but it feels crazy hot, like pins and needles hot. And everywhere it touches you feel the stress and tenseness leaving your body, literally washed off. Best 10 seconds of the shower. A nice cup of tea when you're inside but it's raining hard outside. Forget that I'd be on the porch watching the rain. Making someone else's day. Sometimes you'll just know by the barest hint of a smile that cracks an otherwise cloudy disposition. Others, they'll tell you how much it meant. It's a really good feeling to know you did something worthwhile with your day, even if it was just some small thing. Lowering yourself into a hot bath after a long walk in winter. As a 195 centimeter tall dude, no, showers will do nicely, otherwise I'm essentially giving my cold balls a soak. Bought a cream egg yesterday and forgot. Found a cream egg. Taking your boots off after a long day at work. That feeling you get when you just cleaned your whole house and now get to enjoy it. Stumbling across a really cool song or band you never heard of before. Getting a kiss as you wake up in the morning. Or even better, feeling a kiss on your forehead when you're barely conscious because your so has to leave, but you get to sink back into the big warm blankets and go back to sleep. That's literally the best. Mine even strokes my hair a little bit first so I'm awake enough to know the kiss happened, but sleepy enough to not get up. Smelling freshly cut grass at the start of summer, a cool wind blowing straight at you on a hot day, or the feeling of the sun on your back after a cloud blocks it out from over you. Farting in the car after you drop off your date, and then she realizes she forgot her purse, so she turns around and comes back. So you open the window and launch her purse at her and speed off into the night with a trail of fart left behind. I play music. Sometimes when I'm performing for a really good, attentive audience I get totally absorbed in the emotional content of a song. It's like every movement is perfectly in sync with my feelings, and for a short few seconds, I can truly connect with every single person in the room in an intimate way that is impossible in every other circumstance. I live for that. Cleaning out your ears with cotton buds eargasm. Oh man. Close your eyes and put one in each ear after a few days of going without. Start around the outside and work your way to full slow hole swirling, ducking heaven. The best feeling is that feeling you get when you wake up in the middle of the night and looking at the clock and realizing you have a good 5 or 6 hours before you have to be up. It's that 15 or so seconds before I fall asleep where everything in my world is warm and toasty and right that make me happiest. Growing your own fruit. Started on this new journey in giving more care to my yard after decades of utilizing the lemons and oranges that came with my home. A Reddit subreddit had informed me about grafting different citrus trees onto an existing root structure and would love to give that a try. I saw an image of a tree that had a lemon, orange and lime fruit on one existing structure. Would love to try that. First penetration of knife in peanut butter. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.